Hi, boys and girls. We finished up Sleep Story in Home of the Brave by Catherine Applegate. And now we're moving into Confession. Have you ever made a confession? A confession can be a good thing. When we confess something, it might make us feel better to get it off our chest. It's not necessarily a confession of something bad, it can be a confession of something good. So let's see what this confession is on page 201 in your Home of the Brave novel. Now, remember, you're following along and you're monitoring your reading. You're thinking about what you're going to write as you read. And I will read as you follow along and monitor my reading and yours. Confession, page 201. I awake to no blood, no bodies, no mama. I am on the sofa and Ganwar sits on the floor next to me. You were moaning, he says. It must have been a bad one. I wipe my wet cheeks. Very bad. I was in the camp and the men with guns came. Gamwar nods. He clicks on a light and the shadows take form. I still have that one sometimes. Not like this one. I shiver. How can you be so sure? He asks. You can't visit my head. Means you can't read his mind. Because mine has truth in it, I say. Because mine, I drop my head in my hands. Because in mine, I leave mama and run. In mine, I'm a coward. And it's the truth. Ganwar stares past me for a long time. He is somewhere far away, and I know where it is. We all ran, Keck. It's the only reason we're here. It's I should have stayed with her. Even a brave man can't stop a bullet. You did what you had to do. Gamwar joins me on the sofa. He puts his arm around me. He doesn't seem surprised when I begin to sob, and I'm not so surprised when he, too, begins to cry. So you have a good idea now what the writer is telling you in this poem about confession. You're getting the feelings and you're getting the thoughts of Keck, why he thinks he was a coward and what his dream tells him when he dreams it. So we're moving on to Running Away on page 204. I wait till Gamwar falls asleep. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in a place where my words taste wrong in my mouth. I don't want to live in a place where candy for a kind girl makes people angry, and every year the trees must die. I want to be in a place where the things I love and know are within my reach. But where is that place? My aunt says I can find the sun when the sky is dark, but she's wrong. I can't see what isn't there. I check the jar where I keep my pay from Lou. I have a handful of green papers and 4 silver washing machine coins. With such riches, I can run far away to places I've seen on the TV machine. Although it'll mean a lot of walking, maybe I can go to Washington to the president's house and ask him to help find Mama. I know 2 buses, the bus to the grocery store and the mall, and the one to lose. Oh, we should reread that. I know 2 buses, the bus to the grocery store and the mall, that's the same bus, and the one to Lou's farm. I will take the bus that comes to the bus stop first, and then at least I will be on my way. I would like to leave a note so that my aunt and Ganwar and Hannah won't worry about me, but I don't know yet how to write many words. Ganwar snores softly. I leave half the green papers on the sofa. I write my name on a scrap of paper. I make a heart shape like the one I gave Hannah. I get my jacket and I go. So he's running away. Do you think that he can really run away? Do you think he can go to the president's house and have the president help him find his mom? Do you think he has enough money to do all the things that he says he is going to do? Okay, so moving on to page 206, this is called Bus. The evening air is cool and damp. I take the first bus that comes, the route that goes past Lou's. I put my coins in the hungry metal mouth beside the bus driver. The bus jerks and I grab a pole. How far does this bus go? I ask. To the airport, he says. The airport? I repeat. With the flying boats? The driver gives me a strange look. Sit down, kid. I think about this important news as I take a seat. For the first time, I wonder if I could go back home. I have my green money papers after all. I could fly to my home and find my mother myself. That is what a good son would do. I think of the vastness of my country. I think of the camp, the guns, the blood. I wonder if flying back home would be like the time I tried to fly from the top of an acacia tree. The bus is nearly empty. We pass many buildings and take many turns. And then we are on a big street I know well. In the soft light, I see familiar places: the gas stations, the empty lots, the cars for sale with bright lights on a string overhead like captured stars. This is an ugly land, I think. It needs endless horizons and emptiness. Here, too, many buildings block the sky. You can't even watch the sun put on his bright pajamas and sink into bed. We're coming close to Lou's. I feel bad not to have said my thank yous and goodbyes and to have shouted at Lou in anger. In my old home, where death sneaks into your home in the hush of the night, goodbyes were a precious thing. How can I miss a place of such pain, I wonder? It doesn't make sense. And there it is. What I miss is the time before the pain. I miss Mama and Lowell and listening to my father sing a laughing song. I think he knows he can't get that back. In the moonlight, I see first the old gray fence with new boards at on the gate. Sorry about that. In the moonlight, I see first the old gray fence with new boards on the gate. Gamwar and I had fixed. I see Lou's house, the tree with its great brown arms outstretched, the sagging barn. I see Goal too. She is in the field alone, staring out at the road. I touch the window, and then, I don't know why, I yell for the driver to stop. What do you think he's going to do? Turn the page. Treed 210. By the time I'm over the fence, Goal spotted me. She trudges over, slow but determined, like an old woman longing for a grandchild's embrace. When we reach each other, I put my head on her neck. You should be in the barn, I say. I peer over her to see if Lou is outside. The sky is rich with stars, like fresh black dirt sprinkled with tiny seeds. The moon hangs low, a cupped hand of silver water. Goal nudges me. I know this means she wants an ear scratch. So I do as I'm told. Tears warm my cheeks. A door slams. I see Lou heading to the barn. I crouch low beside Goal. I don't want Lou to see me crying. She will be coming to get Goal, and I must hide. The field is empty. There's nowhere to go but the big tree. I dash over and clamber up easily. It's a good climbing tree. High up in the tangle of branches, I watch the cars charge by like a herd of panicked animals. Gold looks up at me, wondering why her ear scratches over. She heads slowly in the direction of the tree. I wipe my nose on my sleeve. That's what my grandson thinks sleeves are for wiping his nose. No, I say softly, go away, Goal. She settles in under the tree and stares up at me like a motherless puppy. I'm so high, I should be able to see forever. In the starlight, I imagine that if I try hard enough, I can see my family's thatched hut, my father's sharp horned cattle, the tree where I learned I'm not meant to be a bird. Go away, I whisper. I'm going to be here for a long time. And then next we will move on to Ganwar.